All right. I was gonna put an intro, but I said, heck with it. I'm just gonna go ahead and record it. So I just got through watching the recent video by the fascist and Zoltanus. And I thought it was very good. I did. I think that a lot of folks have been saying. I mean, this has been going on for years now. I think on right wing Twitter, there's a time where it's like I barely knew who this Yamaguchi kid was. And the more I've learned about, the more I realize that that poor kid was a pawn. He was a pawn in the system. He was a pawn of American imperialism. You know, that's the truth of the matter. What's going on, Jake English? But that's the fact of the matter is that Otoyo Yamaguchi was what's going on, Temujin? Is that Yamaguchi was simply a pawn for American imperialism. That's too bad. And it kind of points to, this guy Inejiro Asanuma, who was trying to create a realistic Japanese nationalism and a genuine pan-Asian movement. Although I think a lot of that is idealistic in my opinion, because I don't think the Chinese are going to forget, feel as they want to about Asanuma or anything else. But the thing is, though, the Chinese, it's like Chinese people are not going to forget. Especially, I mean, 1960. I'm sure there were enough Chinese folks out there who will remember what the Japanese did. But anyway, beyond that, that's just beyond my views. Is what does it say for American nationalism? And how fake it is. I mean, what do what do American nationalists really want? What do the Nick Fuenteses want? They pray, and by the way, the real LARPy group of folks, the sort of Nick Fuentes sort of, you know, more Catholic or Matrad sort of belief. And I know those are not exclusive. I realize traditionalism and Catholicism are not exclusive. I realize, but what do they really want? At least Japan can point to the emperor. Yeah, I used to believe that. Low. Oh yeah, a lot of people did. And how's it going, American Dissident? Yeah, but the thing is that American nationalism is the fakest of all nationalisms. I would say. I mean, you can talk about whatever country and say, yeah, but American nationalism is a meme. It's never been real. You can promote regionalism, but a real, genuine American nationalism, no, no, there's no such thing. No such thing. It's a meme. It's not real. It never has been, never will be. This country was always artificial. I'm not going to become too hardcore of a psychiatrist or anything else like that, but, you know, whether it's destruction of indigenous tribes or whatever the case may be, this country is something that has just ripped off other people and ripped off other cultures to create this thing. At least that's my opinion. What's going on the other, Carl? How are you? But that's my take on it anyway. I think Inejiro Asanuma, while I think was idealistic, I think that he had a genuine, you know, solidarity, and I think that he had a genuine respect for his nation. You know, and unfortunately, you had one guy who was a pawn who didn't realize what the party was about, and he was labeled you know, and Asanuma was labeled a communist. So Otoyo Yamaguchi came in with a short sword and stabbed him. You know, and of course, like I say, in that particular video that they did, I thought was very, very sweet and also somber to say the least with the Shiba, Shiba Inu dog that he had that was waiting for Asanuma to return. Unfortunately, didn't. But yeah, have you seen the fascist? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking. Yeah, I'm talking about it right now. Yeah. So I won't have it for a few days. Oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm talking about right now. I did. That's what I'm. Yeah, yeah. I have my disagreements with things, but I think it was it was a good video. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're talking about right now. I mean, I think that, like I say, Japan now is a country that I think has been hollowed out by, I mean, you know, it's turned into something that is a meme in and of itself, through anime, through its weird cartoon or its weird shows and stuff like that. That's the image of it. It's seen as a goofy country, or it's like, yeah, there are a fair amount of smart people, and yeah, they have quality cars and stuff like that, like Mitsubishi. But overall, when it comes to their entertainment, it's goofy as fuck that nobody understands outside of Japan. That's the American idea of Japan. You know, you know. Meanwhile, the image of the United States, depending on where you go, it's either this place of endless freedom, or it's somewhere that basically just forces you to, you know, yeah. U.S. would need to pull back from the world and look inwardly to find its actual identity. I don't know if you would find nationalism with a capital N at the end of it. Oh no, yeah, no, I absolutely agree. But yeah, I really don't think there would be. Um, that's why I think a lot of people, both left and right, I think, are promoting the idea of regionalism. They realize that the concept of this whole thing called America is dead. This idea that from Washington State or wherever, that Washington State and Florida are part of the same country, people would laugh and they'd say, no, absolutely not. You know, all they would have to point to is Florida man memes and all that and say, we have nothing to do with those folks, you know? And I'm sure that goes on in Japan too, and I'm sure it goes on in every country, but not to the same, at least to me. The hatred between states, and yeah, I take on modern Japan. I take on modern Japan as a country that is kind of like a museum in a certain way. It's a museum of, like, it's been something that's been destroyed by, weebs and shit like that who've created this, infantilized version of things. But yeah, well, yeah, like I say, I don't have any, like I say, I've seen anime, but I don't, we don't talk about anime on this channel. We just don't do it. I don't have anything directly against it. It's just, there's so many people that do anime already, but yeah, there is good anime. Yeah. I mean, you can give your own examples. It's like, yeah, I mean, you could talk about, like Angel Cop and stuff like that. It's like that was genuinely good in my opinion. But yeah, yeah, like I say, I'm almost done with work here, so I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. But I will say that it makes you think of what is really American nationalism. Like I say, we've meditated on this idea before, I think, and it's something that it's artificial, you know, and that unfortunately so much of the United States has been, uh, in a certain way, I'm going to use nationalized, but not in the socialist sense, more of a corporate sense, where it's like you can go to a Starbucks anywhere in the country and get the same thing, or you can go to a McDonald's and get the same thing in Buffalo, New York, that you get down in, I don't know, Tallahassee, Florida. You know, it's all homogenized in that way, and not in a good way. And like I say, I know people are going to say, "Ooh, homogenization. That sounds like Wignat talk." I'm just saying, you know, yeah, regionalism, I think, is the real future of the United States. And even though I haven't really talked about it as much, because of course I'm just a political spurg who talks about other issues or talk about America as a whole thing, I do think that regionalism should become more of a realistic thing in the United States. Because obviously, you know, I say just just play into it, because people will obviously say, "Oh, well, Texas is backwards and whatnot because of the abortion laws and stuff like that." So just play into it and say, "Yeah, we shouldn't be part of the same country." But anywho, yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed that short little video. I just wanted to put it up live. That way, it could just go out. So, like I say, we may do some younger readings. Yeah, there's no genuine regional cultures, at least not really. But yes, I think it's inevitable. Yeah, I mean that's my view. Yeah, I think that in time, hopefully, like I say, if the Burgundy, I can't think of what his new username is now, but if he was here, I'm sure that he would talk about Southern nationalism and talk about, and that's fine. He can do that. Um, but yeah, I do kind of feel that way though. Is yeah, there aren't any real genuine regional cultures, at least in the United States. I can't really speak for other areas, but you know, um, I think that's all I really got though. We will be doing some Junger readings. I think next, let's say next Wednesday, depending on how things go. Next Wednesday, we'll do some more Junger readings. Yeah, that's all I got. So see you later. Goodbye.